Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Rant with Dez, aka Dez Rant. Happy Wednesday through Tuesday. It's a special night. I always love it when those losers on other sites say it's a special edition. No, a special edition is a night that you don't actually usually have it. Um, Tonight is a special night because tomorrow night I'm busy and I told my peeps, and they were cool with it. So here we are. So, Mr. Rogers, how are you doing over there, sir?
So living the dream of Bozeman, getting ready for another snowstorm. How are you doing, Des?
Awesome sauce. We're actually enjoying nice weather over here in Minnesota. It's actually nice and toasty out there. Corn Bob, how's it going there, sir?
So awesome, doing great.
Out up and standing. How about you there, North?
Uh, Good as usual. Just
Living the
hanging
dream.
out.
And Eddie, the editor, of course. How are you doing there, brother?
All good, thank you.
Good times are had by all on this side. So, Mr. Rogers, I know you're always fun with these kind of things. You got any fun facts for us tonight?
I do. What is the oldest living land animal on Earth?
Tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he's got
alligator. Wait. Does the alligator count?
192 years old.
What is?
192 years old, a tortoise.
Well,
It is
son
a
of
tortoise?
bitch. That is actually,
Yep.
that is
Oldest
damn
living
old.
land animal. That thing is barely decrepit, I guess. I mean, if I was 102, I'd say shoot me in the head, but
How the hell would it be able to commit suicide? I mean, seriously, at that age, and how it
you just hang your
actually.
shell and just wallow in self-pity. I don't know.
Can
Man,
they actually drown?
man.
Can they drown?
Probably.
Turtles swim, bro.
I don't know. A tortoise though?
Yeah, it's a giant ass turtle. They like the
Yeah,
sequel.
but it
They
doesn't
swim.
have the feet are different.
Yeah, but they can still swim. They like water.
Okay. All right.
Hey, last time I checked, a turtle likes water. I had a pet turtle. It died.
Was it a tortoise? Was it a tortoise? Did it drown?
How did it die? Hey, Mr. Rogers,
Did it?
how did it die?
My father ran over it with a lawnmower.
I
I put in a bird bath to get some water.
So, how the hell?
You're hot out. Dad's mowing the lawn and poop
Clink,
and
clink.
fluttering.
Thought I hit a rock. Nope, your pet damn
His name was
turtle.
Larry, dude.
Oh, shit, that's actually funny as hell. Not for you
Sorry.
at that age, but that's hilarious.
Sorry.
Like 9.
Sorry, dude.
We had all kinds of shit. Next
I
week,
didn't mean to bring up some. I didn't mean to bring up some traumatic shit. My bad, dude.
so, you guys have all heard of the band The Beatles, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Did you know they could not read music? They listened to the song, and they could do it and figure it out that way.
Oh, they
I,
could not.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but there's a lot of artists that are like that.
Yep, and there's nothing wrong with that. I never knew. I thought that was kind of a cool thing to learn about. Here's a fun
Damn,
one
corn
for you,
pop.
gentlemen. Redheads have a higher pain tolerance.
Well, they got no soul.
Fuck.
Yeah, I never got the face. Oh, you poor bastard.
That's not a lot. Hey, when I go to the dentist, if I gotta get work done, I gotta get extra Novocaine. One shot doesn't do it. I gotta get two.
Man,
Hell, that itself
redheads
is
do
painful.
matter.
That's a
Way too
freaking
long,
needle.
You know, they said redheads
That's
have a higher pain tolerance.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing.
No, I'm saying I don't get numb. I can't. I have a tolerance to Novocaine and I have a tolerance to pain. I have both.
You need to stop doing all that coke, buddy.
Crazy drug use and alcohol.
I'm not doing coke, sir.
Right.
No,
I'm just
I'm
saying
just
that's where
saying.
your Novocaine tolerance comes from. That booger
really,
sugar, baby.
I had an Novocaine tolerance since I was a kid, dude. It's not Coke.
So you were a crack baby then?
Oh,
I wasn't
Oh
gonna
my
go there,
god.
Corn Bob.
You're a crack baby.
Hey man,
oh,
I thought this was okay. All right, we're doing this.
we're going there, Cornball.
All right,
All right,
next
north.
one now.
We're going north.
Get off that.
All right,
All right.
all
We
right.
all know snails, right? Escargot.
Mom, why
Snails.
won't the Novocaine work? Don't worry, kid. I'll be out for a while. Just eat one of these top ramens, okay? I'll be back in an hour.
Fuck you, Cortez.
Oh, this one went actually really well to
gosh.
start it off. This is fantastic.
You know, when I had to do an endoscopy and a colonoscopy at the same time, it was 3 women. I said, I'm here for the gangbang. Colonoscopy was not bad. Going down the esophagus, I'm like, they're trying to crank up the anesthesia because I'm supposed to be passed the fuck out. Yeah, this guy has a massive gag reflex. Thank the fucking Lord I'm straight.
This is a real story.
One time.
First time I ever heard of this one there, Mr. Rogers. Damn it.
And then my friends Ron and Clay from Cold Spring came and picked me up because I was so fucked up from that day.
You know, if you didn't make
Here's
the
another fun
joke,
fact. Snails have 1,000 teeth.
How is that possible that a snail's got 1,000 teeth?
their
Because
teeth
they
are
move very
smaller
slow,
than
they
ours.
move very fast. I don't know.
Yeah,
The aggressive ones are slow.
they're little teeny teeth.
But still,
Even-
You
1,000
got
teeth
you
is
got
cool.
you got
Teeth.
that from that wasted page on Instagram, didn't you?
No, it's actually known fact. I knew this since I was
I
a
know
kid.
it's a known fact, but I remember seeing that recently. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it
my
was from
dad
that
actually
page.
told me, don't worry. He's like, always worry about the snails. And I told my dad, I'm like, never worry about the snails. He's like, those things have over 1,000 teeth. I'm like, oh shit. And that's why it's gripping. Fuck this shit. Just losing my mind.
So
And I landed there, Dad.
when it comes to snails, how the hell does that work? Because it's not like they bite you anyway, but how the hell do they actually?
One, they don't even have an exoskeleton.
So their whole damn body is actually teeth then.
Yeah,
Mush.
they're made of teeth.
No,
They don't have any digestion systems. They just get the
They have
food
no
in the mouth and
exoskeleton.
it chews all the way through to 1,000 feet until it goes out their pooper.
Damn.
They have
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
That makes actually more sense.
They're basically just a giant muscle. That's why we love to eat them.
I guess there's nothing left. There's
Just teeth.
All right,
Tooth
my last
fairies.
fun fact
What? Right.
is spiders
Ugh.
are.
Wait,
more-
pause. First and foremost, fucking spiders. Part of my French, oui. Okay, continue. I'm not a fan of them.
Spiders are more related to scorpions than they are to insects.
Aren't they not actually insects whatsoever? They're actually their own breed of whatever.
They're
Arachnid.
more related to scorpions.
That's what I thought. That's why I was not actually. That was not even
yeah, spiders. Yeah, arachnids, right?
like
Something like
Daddy
that.
Longlegs. Can I say something? I don't mind Daddy Longlegs crawling over me.
You know they're more poisonous
What?
than a black widow.
I know, but they can't actually get you because their freaking fangs are too small. I'm like, haha, Daddy, you'll never get
Well,
me.
black widow can, but daddy longlegs, they can still puncture your skin, but they're not venomous. That's a myth.
But Daddy Longlegs will never actually be able
They
to.
can
Actually,
bite you, but they're not venomous.
Daddy Longlegs are the most poisonous actually spider.
Nope, myth.
All right, Eddie, he's looking something up right now.
Well, anyway, scorpions and spiders. So
Pull
I
it
have
up,
daddy
Eddie.
longlegs. You remember Des? When you were over a few nights, a couple times, back in the day, I always would mess with my ex-wife, going pretty, four toes.
Yep.
It's called the scorpion that I had on in training, and literally this. When you're in training and shit, you don't mess with the fucking wildlife, I guess. So I have this fucking massive fucking spider on me. Not a scorpion. I apologize. I'm not. Big little fucking spider. I'm like, what's up, bro? This little tarantula. And I'm like, this sucks. And my drill sergeant's like, let's get a friend. What's his name? I'm like, Freddy Four Toes, drill sergeant. And it was the first name I could think of for some ungodly. He's like, you better make friends with Freddy. You better have him on the end of the road march. I'm like sitting there looking at my show. I'm like, yeah, that'll have me. Scariest
Okay.
fucking little march I ever had.
Eddie's ready to talk.
So here's the verdict on Daddy Longlegs.
Yes.
So what we call Daddy Longlegs, there's 3 different things that we refer to as Daddy Longlegs. One are cellar spiders. They do have venom, but it's considered weak and not medically important. And then there's a thing called a harvestman, which is an arachnid, sometimes called daddy longlegs. Not spiders. They lack fang and venom glands, making them completely harmless to humans. And then there's these things called crane flies. They're insects, also referred to as daddy longlegs. Don't have fangs or venom glands, so they can't bite or harm humans. So there is a cellar spider that's referred to as daddy longlegs that does have venom, but it's considered weak to humans.
So which one of ones do we have here in Minnesota or like in this area then?
Probably all 3.
The sellers, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Good times. So we're not lying, but also not,
So it depends what you're referring to when you say daddy longlegs.
The
They can be
original-
venomous,
Yeah.
or they might not be venomous, and they might not even be a spider.
Yeah.
Now I understand a
But I
venom.
know what he's
You
talking about.
mentioned the
'Cause
brown recluse, I
can't
know that much.
get the last one you said, you said that one could fly, right?
It's some kind of fly, it's called.
So I
Yeah,
suppose
I
the
know
most
exactly what
deadly,
you're talking about.
the most deadly one of those was actually on that movie, the Arachnids or whatever it was, that spider movie.
Australia has those flying fucking spiders.
Where
Flying
they
fucking
actually
spiders.
had those daddy long legs looking spiders long time ago with not Jim Carrey, but the other one that played in Dumb and Dumber on what's the name of that spider movie?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was on that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
arachnophobia.
Yeah. That movie scared shit out of me, especially the freaking web they actually had in the barn. It's like, son of a nutcracker. Get the freaking pitchfork out and the fire ready. Let's burn this shit down. Let's burn it down in the ground.
I don't miss that in Minnesota. You guys got too much moisture.
God bless that much. Well, at least they'll be maybe drowned. Maybe still actually
Those
drowned.
are my fun facts, Daz. That's what I had.
All right. We're gonna go to another one that's actually, I believe, yours. Because last time we went live 2 weeks ago.
Years.
All right.
Yeah.
The tariffs and stocks thing.
All right. Has everybody seen what the tariffs have done right now and what the stock market's been doing?
Nope.
Summer jumped up on Friday, which was great. Dropped down like a sieve again on Monday and Tuesday, started raising up again today. Now, Canada started doing some different tariffs and revitalizing some different companies. Mexico is not that progressive because we're kind of being easy on Mexico. The problem is, though, everybody's so worried about the market crashing the way it did. They're not worried about building what they're getting out of it. Right now, look, if you have a retirement fund, you're buying stocks at a cheaper rate. You're not going to start a retirement fund right now. No, you're buying at a cheaper rate. And if I 8, I mean, me 50, whatever. Stay in. It's going to heal itself in 1 year. I guarantee it. And we'll be over what we were a year ago.
Well, the fact is, it's already starting to go the right direction already. That part is true.
We
And the
dropped the touch today, but
Well,
working on it.
the fact is, the whole thing about the tariffs thing, when it comes to Trump, the majority of it was against China, and we all know that already. And the fact is, countries are slowly figuring this shit out. And Canada is one of those countries that's saying maybe we'll play games with you. The fact is, there's a lot of countries that are saying, give us a little bit of time and we'll think about it. But the end, Trump, if they don't play ball, we're the one country where we really don't need them if we don't actually have to have them. The fact is, they need us, especially when it comes to military, protecting them. We are one of the youngest countries in the world, but the fact is, we are still one of the world's top daddy. I guess. I still love the word. I love the word daddy.
Well,
the UN.
there's or what? Sorry.
We control the seat at the UN. We have the number one seat at the UN.
Well, because everybody
We
knows.
are literally one of the.
Well, another thing you need to put in just remember is there was a lot of companies that already knew what was going to happen and already had started moving their shit over to like Vietnam and other places where the tariffs aren't really going to
Right.
affect shit like that. They already knew what was going to happen. It's not like this was a surprise. Trump was running on this.
So I do import and exports and stuff, and I quote customers, right? And
And I'm not trying to say I
my
do not know
customers are
stocks
like,
and shit
why
like
is
that.
$300 more? I'm like, blame the market. I don't know what the answer is. Why went $300 up in 2 days just to move one piece to another place? When I quote them $300 less, I said, why go up?
Hey, Mr. Rogers. One of the biggest things isn't he actually bringing companies back to America? Isn't that a lot of the stuff like Ford and Chrysler? I'm not sure about. I know Ford was one of those ones that actually went to Mexico. I'm not sure about Chrysler, where actually they all went. But the fact is, I know a lot of the stuff that Trump was trying to do was bring them back to America because we were American made on that point. But a lot of these companies went elsewhere because they thought it was actually cheaper, which it was at that time. But at that point, screw you, we're going to tariff your ass because you went that direction. And now, sorry, sweetheart, now they're coming back to America made again, which is one of the things I find is funny. That's pretty much with a lot of the stuff that actually happened. And it's...
Right. And all of my customers make their products American made. I have a weird thing about that, I guess. I don't know. My boss is saying right now sometimes.
Well, it's the way it's supposed to be. That's why, we're Americans. I know not everything American made is the best, but the fact is it's supposed to be.
You know who my best customer is, Dan? My favorite person. Her name is, I'm not going to name her name. But it's a company that does all the Keurig cups. And they're all made in America.
Nice.
They ship the foil, do the products, do the printing, everything here in America. I'm like, Christ, that's Keurig. I can stand behind that. This is a company I'm doing business with. And like literally, she told me, she's like, yeah, everything's made here.
That's what's up.
Now, is it what do you mean by made? Because a lot of people like to say, well, it's made in America because like final assembly.
Here in America.
Mr. Rogers.
In America, they move it to another customer, create cups here in America, and voila, you have a Keurig cup.
So
here in America,
the cups are produced.
I can't tell you who the company is because we're on YouTube.
No, I'm saying like everything. Like they don't. Where do they get their materials from? Where do they? Because if the materials aren't from America, then to me it's not American made.
It's usually from the East Coast.
So
and most of that stuff,
I agree because I was asked. It's like everything was made in America. They put their little brand on there, made in America. I'm like, okay.
That's because there's a lot of stuff actually out there where it's processed in America, but there's parts of it that came elsewhere, which is not.
Yeah, I don't know if they are aluminum foil. I have no idea.
I would never say it, quite frankly.
Point A to point B to point C, and I get point D at the end.
But when it comes to the tariff thing at the end, um, is there anything you want to add to that? Because at the end, it's pretty much Trump is doing his damnedest, and I think we'll find out. Let's be honest, within the next 30 to 60 days, it'll take some time yet before we can actually finish this real conversation. To see where we're actually going when it comes to the tariffs. The China one is the biggest one we got to possibly worry about, which I'm not even worried about it because you know what? Trump's going to say, screw China. They came up with a virus. I would never say it. People tell me it was funded maybe from America. Like we said earlier, it's a Fauci virus. I will never say it. People tell me. But the fact is right now, I think for right now, when it comes to the tariffs thing, the stocks,
Yep, I'm good.
The stock market goes up and down. Let's be honest. And I think for that part, I think every week we should actually be talking about this because you know what? It's going to be an every week type of thing to talk about. Every week there's going to be something different. So, and I'm going to stay on here until next week. There we go. Perfect. So, Mr. Rogers, you always want to talk about the universe. So, Rents, again, this is your segment here. What do you want to talk about when it comes to the universe tonight?
Only they. So, all right. Pluto's not a planet. What are your opinions?
Which one?
Pluto, not a planet.
It was America created too yet. That's what's funny about it. Of course, America found the smallest planet in the solar system, and they're like, not a planet. I'm like, it's a planet. It's not a freaking moon. It's not a freaking like a meteor. It's not any of that crap. It's a freaking planet.
Oh, Northern Corn Bob, what are your inputs on that?
I think Trump.
Pluto.
I think Trump should declare Pluto planet America. Remake it a planet and name it Planet America, and then just say "fuck you, Mike." What's that guy's name? The stupid one black dude. What's his Dyson or something?
I have no
Neil
idea.
deGrasse
Fuck you.
Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, it's like fuck you. It's a planet. It's America planet. Fuck you.
What do you think on Pluto?
You know, I used to like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then he turned into an establishment dipshit.
Yes.
But Eddie, they set him up because what they did was they inserted him into these awesome I fucking love science documentaries back in like 2008. Okay. So right when Obama was getting got into the presidency, they used guys like Neil deGrasse Tyson to do stupid TV shows like that got all the I fucking love science stoner kids to think like this guy's the Black Bill Nye the science guy. And so for the next
Basically,
4 or 5
basically.
elections, they're following Neil deGrasse Tyson said this about Trump. He must be right. He's a smart black guy, you know. And Pluto's not a planet. Pluto is a dog. He's just a puppy.
It's a dwarf. It's a dwarf
I
planet.
want to add though.
It's a dog. Pluto's a dog.
Pluto withstand life.
Now,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There would be a certain amount of people if Trump was just like, I signed an executive order. Pluto is now a planet. It's Planet America. All right. It now shall be referred to that from now on.
that would be fantastic.
If shit out there to plant a damn flag on Planet America.
Yeah.
Bitches.
We're launching Elon Musk. Elon Musk is launching one of his giant rockets. It's going to get to Pluto in the next 4 years, maybe, possibly. And there's
500.
going to be it's a robot. There's a robot that's going to plant the flag on Pluto.
What's going to happen is Mars, because you guys hear about what happened with Mars?
What? That he's trying to go to Mars?
1,000-meter Okay, but maybe 1,000 feet. I have to look it up again. I think I sent that to you guys. Cave underneath Mars where they think there was actually life to sustain while the planet was deteriorating.
I think
Like
I
they got water
might
and all
have.
that
I
stuff in
think
there,
I
and they
might
think
have
it was
seen a.
water.
I think I might have saw a headline like on the side of my shit, but never like clicked on it. So I don't know exactly, but might have saw
I
some
looked
shit.
it up. It sounded pretty cool. Because yeah, it's like 1,000 feet underneath, like where there were, and there was water and all this stuff. I'm like, didn't know the robot could go down that far, but okay.
Well, okay. So speaking of space,
Are we doing that
corn
right now?
pop,
Are we
corn,
gonna do that one? Are we
corn pop. Yeah, I got a segue. Corn pop, corn
Mm-hmm.
pop. How do you feel about this
Transition,
all
beautiful
female?
transition.
How do you feel about this all female space flight?
I think that they faked it even worse than they faked the original moon landing. Did you see the capsule that they supposedly came back in? And it was
Yes,
like not a
it was.
scratch on it,
Yep,
all shiny,
yep.
brand
so
new. Yeah, there's no way those bitches were in space.
so who
Hey,
was
let me
who
ask you.
were the
Wait, wait,
ladies?
wait, wait. Wait, hold on. So you think it was just completely fake? They just
Oh yeah.
did the airplane thing to film it? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe they just have better
CGI, the
material.
airplane trick. I mean, they did not. Those bitches did not get to space and back on their own.
Oh, okay. Let
They
me
got
ask you
better
this though.
equipment
Hold on. Let
on
me
top.
ask you this though. Let me ask you this though, because this is I'm playing devil's
Still
advocate a
funny.
little bit
Still
here.
funny.
Okay, so what they said was the reason that the capsule wasn't like burnt up and shit like that is because they only went fuck like 66 thousand feet up, so they were like still technically in the layer of the
In the
atmosphere. They weren't
stratosphere.
all the
Just
way out there.
barely.
They said that, yeah, basically what they said is they were high enough that they could experience zero gravity, but when they came back, it's not like they went through the whole atmosphere. That's what they said. It's not what I'm
So,
saying. That's what they
so
said.
the
Zero
So
so the
so
gravity.
that's
You're
what they call
all green.
half-assing it. It's what you call half-assing it.
Hold on, but peep game though. So peep game. Let's just hypothetically here. If they really did that, what that means is not a single one of those women had any control of that spacecraft at any time. None of those women, none of
They
those
couldn't take
women
it
did
away from them.
any. Hold on a minute. Wait, none of those women did any scientific tests or there was nothing. There was nothing produced from this except for Katy Perry was in space. That was it, and Gail
Eh,
King and some other fucking
but they were never in
women.
space then. They were never in space though.
So yeah, yes, okay. My point is they were never all the way in space. If you want to believe that it was real, and
We
if
don't even
you
know what
want to
happened.
believe it was it, but I don't think they ever went. I think it was a fucking publicity stunt for Jeff Bezos. That's what I think was that was.
I'd imagine
He's
they went. I'd imagine they went.
I
There's too
don't
many
know,
people out
man.
there watching those kind of events, especially watching Jeff Bezos
You,
and making sure shit's copacetic. I guarantee they went somewhere.
Yeah,
There's
I
too many eyes.
you want the truth?
what's the
You
truth?
can't handle the truth.
They didn't go. It was all faked, but it was done because you know how stupid people are, right? Especially Americans. So fucking retarded. All these idiots now that are in love with those stupid celebrities are going to try to spend shitloads of money to go to fucking space just like them. It was all faked to raise money to try start space tourism.
Now, when they're caught now, Eddie the
Nice.
editor, when they're caught,
No, but
then what
he's
happens?
also doing it. He's also doing it because he's in direct competition with Elon Musk, and which what's the best time to hit is right now when everyone has a problem with Elon Musk.
Musk
And
is
I have
doing
no
it.
problem with Elon Musk. He proves what we doubt. He's been proving it.
Elon
And
and
I don't
Jeff.
see why Jeff Bezos would doubt. Like, I don't see why he fool America just to try to do stuff. Because if he gets caught, he is screwed.
No, he's not. People are
Um,
stupid.
Look at the type. Hey, can I say something right here? Can I?
How many times people are this
The-
stupid, dude?
The Titanic Part 2 last year, or actually a couple years ago, when they actually had that little freaking little piece of can that went down to the Titanic. And it's like, son of a nutcracker. Actually, yesterday was the anniversary of the Titanic sinking. And remember, these people went down to the Titanic, the millionaires and the one son, and the damn thing imploded because it could not handle the water pressure down there. It is one of those things where you got money, they want to do something stupid, retarded, whatever you want to call it. I say retarded. People like that's going to actually happen. They're going to have freaking spaceships, whatever, and they're not going to be legit because you know what? They're going to be the half-ass made ones at that point, and they'll implode out in half-ass space, not outer space, but half-ass space.
Dude, what would have happened hey, what would have happened? No,
Over here just shining for you.
this is hold on. This is why I lean towards they faked it, because what would have happened if it would have imploded with those people on it?
That's
You think he'd be fucked if he got caught faking it, or you think he'd be more fucked if his shit imploded with Katy Perry and Gayle King and all these other influencing chicks on it? The first female thing implodes. What do you think is worse? You better off faking it, bro. Straight up.
you know,
That's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
I'm not saying anything.
All from the universe.
NASA's old method of sending monkeys up to space is no longer approved. Nobody wants to see monkeys in space, let alone die in space.
when he said that part, I was going a little different direction.
I'm ready to go.
That damn monkey that went to space. That some bitch never came back, did it either? That monkey.
He's probably chilling out, making his own civilization.
He's like, these bananas were way better than Earth's bananas, you sons of bitches. So, are we done with this one? Oh, by the way, we actually had some jokes about this one. Corn Bob and I did actually last night. One of them was, oh shit, now they're gonna get space herpes. And that was actually pretty funny when I talked.
We're talking about them being lesbians in space and how they give each other space AIDS and space herpes.
We had a good conversation, and then don't want to get that freaking space dust in the eyes. Son of a nutcracker.
Can AIDS survive in the vacuum of space?
Don't want any herpes dust floating around in the air. You know, that's a hell of a way to get herpes.
I had these two actually out here. It's like, you know what? I actually had to say it. It's like, screw it. We wrote them down for a reason. Can't waste the actually. Last time was more funny because, you know, we're being honest, but it is what it is now. We kind of ruined it, but at least you guys
Yes, I hate everyone equally.
I appreciate it, Mr. Rogers. How about we go to the next topic actually at hand? So, Mr. North has a problem with Tim Poole because he made a comment about.
I have a problem with more. I have a problem more than just Tim Poole. There's other people, but we can start with him. Yes, I have a problem with Tim Poole because for over a year now, I have been saying that the Earth is a donut because in that way it's flat, round, and it's hollow, Everyone's happy. Shut the fuck up. Okay. So I'm watching Tim Poole like a week ago or so, and he literally said that shit word for fucking word. Exactly how I've been saying it for over a fucking year, dude. Fuck him. He stole my shit. I don't care. He stole my shit. But there's also the Owen Benjamin thing. See, Owen Benjamin, I can connect this one way better than the Tim Pool one. With Owen Benjamin, me and Nick did a special, and it was about how pandas were fake. Okay? It was a whole thing, and back then, a lot of Owen Benjamin fans watched us. About 2 or 3 weeks later, Owen Benjamin was talking about how fucking pandas were fake, using exact same shit we said. And I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. These motherfuckers are getting paid, and they're just like scrolling through Instagram, finding stupid shit like mine, being like, "Ooh, that's kind of funny. I'm gonna steal that shit. No one's gonna fucking notice. Can't nobody do shit about it. Fuck them, fucking
So,
assholes." Anyway, I'm done.
so what's your thoughts about the Lucky Charms box then?
What do you mean about the Lucky Charms box?
They stole your actual body form.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms, mate.
I feel I feel like I stole the Lucky Charms thing. I feel like that's older than me.
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
Yeah, yeah. I am magically delicious.
Wow, that one didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go on that part.
Okay, mate, the Irish don't give a foosh.
North was born in the Lucky Charms. Des merely adopted it.
Let the Irish be in you. Get some freaking rope.
Get some Irish Bane references going here. Let's fucking go.
Well, that didn't actually. That didn't.
You better title this a good title, Dash, because this is a good one.
Well, it's up to Eddie because he's the editor.
All right, Eddie, you got one job.
Let's just say it's always a luck of the Irish, but we're never lucky without our Lucky Charms.
I just go from fuck Tim Pool to fuck me. Like within it was that like 3 minutes.
Less than that. It was less than that. That's what makes it fun. You never know.
I am German. I am German.
German.
Damn it. Fucking A.
Eddie, what do you get? Eddie's got something to say.
Well, I was gonna say not to defend Tim Poole or anything, or whatever other people you were talking about with the panda thing, but
the panda thing I can connect.
Where do you think thoughts come from? Like the idea that you had that the Earth was a donut. You just made that one up all by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, because I was getting annoyed.
That was like
people would sit and argue over if the Earth was flat or if it was round, and every once in a while people would talk about it being hollow. So I just came with a solution. It's flat, round, and hollow. It's a donut.
Oh, and somebody else also, like, because have you ever looked into like?
Yes, I know what you're getting at, dude. I know what you're getting at.
By the way,
it's
Eddie,
funny.
Eddie. let's wait for a second because it's time for a new segment called Eddie Has Questions. Because you know what? We're actually on the last one. Right now, you are the
All right, well,
star.
fuck it. He's already asking questions, so let's go.
That's why I was like, let's get to the segment.
Okay, yes. No, I get what you're saying. Yes, the universe just y- y- I don't know. It's a known thing for people to have the same thought process at the same time.
Ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. It was just weird as fuck because he was literally wording it exactly the same way I was doing it for over a year.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Makes sense.
saying he really stole it from me. I'm not saying he really did steal it from me.
No,
I'm
no,
making
but
a
that's
joke out of
We
it.
simply
yeah.
brought us some
But that's what I'm saying.
information.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm just saying,
other people will receive that. Like people that are watching will be like, "Oh, he's pissed off. Thinks somebody stole it." You know?
dude. I watched it. I just was talking about this earlier. Like I watched Poole. Do I agree with a lot of his shit? No,
Oh,
but
thank you.
I like him. I like him because he actually shows the news article as he's talking about it, so I can read it myself. And
Yeah.
I can if I want, I can just disregard his fucking opinion, but I still get the information. That's
Gotcha.
why I watch him. So when I was watching thing of his, and he just made that random ass comment because somebody made a joke about flat Earth, and he's just like, yeah, what I tell people is it's a donut, and because it's round, flat, and it's hollow. See, donut. And I
Physics
was like,
does
and he
prove
goes,
that,
and
unfortunately.
and
But
I was just like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I had a moment. All right.
here's
I
your
could
just
have a
word in
moment.
the situation.
That's good. Good. All right.
No,
More questions, being as it's Holy Week.
Yep.
And
All right, hit me, Eddie.
and I've got 4 people that are self-proclaimed Christians, or one's a Catholic, I guess. What do I have to do to go to heaven?
To be honest, if you find that question out, let me know the answer. In my honest opinion, try to be a good person. Do
Right.
what is
good.
going on?
Do what you think is right. That's my personal opinion.
What is that?
That's Corn Bob actually.
It's Corn Bob bringing up pictures.
Yep, he's helping us out with some
Oh,
funny.
dear Lord, it's Rocket Man.
People in space.
he's
That's
he's
Rocket Man, the
practicing.
movie with Butch's dumbass.
So
That was fantastic. Corn
okay,
Bob.
well, Mr.
Right?
Rogers
Corn Bob
answered.
was Rocket Man, right?
Corn Bob. What do I
That was
got?
Rocket Man. Harlan Williams. Eddie, if I knew how to get you into heaven, I'd be doing that myself right now, and I'm not going to vouch for my path to heaven. So, good luck. If you figure it out, would you let me know?
North?
Exactly. I want to know that path.
So there's no like you nothing.
I'm saying
Nothing.
don't
As
figure it
simple as
out right now.
possible. As simple as possible. North, what do I got to do to get to heaven?
What? What is? This is good. This is a difficult question for me. Um, because since I was raised as Jehovah's Witness, we don't believe everyone goes to heaven. All right, that doesn't mean everyone goes to hell either. But there's only a certain amount of people that actually go to heaven. The rest of the people get everlasting life on a paradise earth. So for me to answer that question, I would have to tell you that you would have to be one of the 144,000 that was picked to go to heaven. But that's not necessarily what I believe. So, uh,
Well, I don't. Yeah,
a
I don't need to
better,
know what other people believe. Like, what do you? What? As simple
I
as
would
you can
just
say
say,
it.
I would just say the best. Okay, as simple as I can say, just be a good person. You know what good is. You know how it feels to do something bad. Don't do bad shit.
Hey
Okay.
Eddie, I'm gonna retract what I said.
Okay.
It is kind of being a good person, but you know what? Let's be honest. Let's just be fucking honest. How do we
Yes,
get
you
to
swear.
heaven?
You
A
swear.
mystical thing that we have not proven yet. How do we get there? How do we do it? You're asking a question that no one knows the answer to until they're there. I mean, I've died once in my life. Was there a light then? No, fuck no. I woke up. I don't know what heaven and hell is like. And I think, honestly, sometimes, I think we just planted a tree. And there's your heaven. You created something. Because we're all the stardust. But I hope to God there's a heaven. And if you can get into it, try to be as good as you can. We all fuck up, right?
Right. All right, Des.
Bloody hell! You sent me.
What
for
I
the
got to
last-
do to get to heaven?
So, being that we're on Holy Week, first off, I'm going to start with Holy Week.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the reason
Answer
why.
the question. Don't.
No.
change the subject.
Actually, no. This actually has come to. There's a reason for it. First off, it's Holy Week. Tomorrow is Holy Thursday, which is the Last Supper / the next day is when Jesus dies on the cross and he dies for our sins. So for the heaven part, we need to go through the whole enchilada. And that's why I'm glad you actually asked that question. The fact is, I was not sure how I was going to answer it till now. The fact is, when it came down to it, God gave up his only son for the salvation of the people. And in order to do that, he actually had to have first and foremost, they always had the Passover. And it turns out in the end, Jesus Christ was the final Passover for the salvation of the people. The fact is, you don't have to believe it. That's up to you. But the fact is, that's what we believe in. As long as you do good by God at that point, as long as you actually obey the commandments and you do what is actually right, you'll get to heaven. And you believe in God, and I think I answered about as good as I could actually on the moment because
Good job. Can I go back and all right? I don't know how to get to heaven. I don't want to pretend like I know how to get to heaven, as if I could ever truly know the answer. But I will say this: there was this sword from 1600 that was found recently, and it was an executioner's sword, and on it it said, "Please, Lord, may this be one of your believers so that he may see heaven after this," or something like that. So there's an idea also that just believing in Jesus gets you in. But to pretend like any one of us knows for sure or whatever.
I'm with Corn Pop. I don't think there's an answer to that question. Not any of us could answer that.
No.
I wouldn't trust somebody if they claimed to know the answer. I'd be like, how the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
do you
why. That's why the only reason I said what I said is because I was sitting there thinking like, "Fuck, I agree with you," but I'm like, I guess I gotta say something.
Fellas, I'm pretty sure.
just make
That's why I
sure
was just
you
like,
are a
just
good
dude.
person and they like believe in Krishna? No, that's being Indian weirdo, and they don't go to heaven. I hope not. So
What do you mean? You hope they don't
What?
go to heaven?
do you want to go to heaven? Would not be full of Indians shitting everywhere, fucking being rude.
Is heaven's a physical place for you? Does your body? What about?
I
your
don't
body?
want to be around spiritual Indians, let alone physical ones. All right.
Oh, I think you probably do.
If I may
No.
interrupt, there's
I
this
don't.
movie
I
with
don't think
Robin
you.
Williams.
Okay. Here's another question. Nah, we won't do that one yet. That'll be later. That'll be later. But all of you, so everybody said that try to be a good person, do good things, right? Don't do things that are bad. That's how you get to heaven.
We're naturally bad.
So-
though.
Well, that's a
How do you-
start.
How do you know what's good and what's bad?
Morals.
It's
It's in the Bible.
Okay.
It's in the Bible.
I'm going to use an example of this is one of the 10 commandments, murder. It doesn't
Okay.
say
Can I
doesn't
start?
say killing somebody with self defense is
Thou
okay.
shalt
It
not
just
kill.
says murder. Yeah, kill.
No,
Yeah.
it says
So
thou shalt not
It
kill.
also,
no
it
killing.
also,
All right.
it also means
Okay.
So
Well,
if you kill somebody, right? So let's use the death penalty for as an example. That somebody does something, we say we're gonna, because that's what the current administration wants to do to a bunch of people, is give them the death penalty, right?
I'm actually for the death penalty.
Okay, well, it says
It's
thou
got-
shalt not kill. I know you're not killing, but you're
Can I-
voting for
can
somebody
I-
to get killed.
Can I explain why?
okay. Well,
Well, let me-
what did God command Joshua and his armies to do at Jericho and multiple other cities?
Well, God said kill him,
Okay.
but they're doing that under God's command.
Did
So
not God
now
kill
now
all the
that
people
brings
with
me
blood?
into the question of
But that
is
also
God bipolar?
came. Okay, that happened. Those things happened
Okay.
after Moses brought down the Ten Commandments. So therefore,
can
I think
I
we're
need to
talking in
step
circles.
in because Eddie, no offense, but you sound like you've gotten a lot of your information off of Reddit right now. You have very Reddit-like arguments, but technically, the Ten Commandments says, yeah, well, the Ten Commandments isn't saying if you've got a child predator in your neighborhood to just let him be. All right. The Bible says when you execute that child predator, he better be a believer in Jesus Christ because that's his only chance of finding eternal life. Nothing to do with ridding the earth of filth and evil. And I would hope you would agree that there's no libertarian argument for child predators.
It's
Well,
gotta be
I
no-
mean, there's like all kinds of arguments you can use when you go through the Bible and like look at all the stuff, because there's tons of things in the Bible where they don't actually. All the killing happens at the behest of God in the Old Testament. When Jesus shows up, all of a sudden God's completely different. Like it's not even the same God. So the Bible doesn't even have the same God all the way through it. That's one of the big problems with the whole Bible thing, is that either God is bipolar or God is different in the Old Testament and the New
Eddie, the
Testament.
problem's not with the Bible.
You
The
gotta remember
problem is
now,
that you
Eddie,
don't understand the
the Bible is
Bible.
written by a bunch of people with scriptures. They're giving their own testament of God and Jesus.
If that's what you take from the Bible, if you take from the Bible that God has bipolar disorder, then you don't fucking understand the Bible.
No, I don't take that from the Bible, but from a Catholic/Christian perspective, yeah, he does. Because like the way the
then
Bible
then you
reads,
don't understand what the New Testament's all about. You don't understand the Bible.
how so? What's the New
Because he's
Testament
saying
all about?
Jesus. All right.
Well, and
I
to
don't
you,
think we should get into any more Bible discussions. This is supposed to be
It's
current
Holy-
events.
it's
and we're
Holy
going
Week.
back.
Actually,
We're
Holy
going
Week
back
is
to
current event.
Adam and Eve now and explaining from Genesis onward to Eddie the editor.
oh, we can go back to Genesis. I love Genesis.
Dude, guys,
I'm just saying this is stupid at this point and
can we?
borderline
Yeah,
offensive
can we?
to Jesus Christ himself.
What?
Can we? Yeah, can we? Can
How
we do
about the
different
fact
questions?
is, like I said, this is Holy Week. We are actually going into a holy type of thing. The fact is, I know where you guys come from. The fact is, this is Holy Week, and talking like this is actually.
Well, I'd like to go back to the Indians part, being as that Cornbog brought up earlier that he doesn't want Indians to be in heaven, or he hopes they're not there because he doesn't like them. Indians, right? So if you're a Christian, you believe in the Bible, yeah? So if Adam and Eve were the first two humans created and all other humans came from them, now we had a whole bunch more and then we reset and it was Noah and his family, right? So where did Indians come from? Or, so the Indian people, are they not just like the Jews and everybody else because they came from
No.
Adam and Eve according to your beliefs?
No. The tribes were separated and became their own distinct races with their own distinct cultures. And there's a 44% chance, if you're born today, there's a 44% chance that you're Indian. And all four of us should be thankful every single day that wasn't one of us. All right.
I opened my
Why?
own casino.
Why should we be thankful?
Have you seen India?
Yes.
Okay, you're talking about.
I
we're
love
talking about
Indian
Rant.
food.
No,
I think
wait.
their food is
Yeah,
great.
this is
I think the
hilarious.
people are wonderful.
Cool, John's not feathers. Gotcha.
What? That these people from India are the ones that are getting
Mr. Rogers
freaking
got it.
Dez's dick pics and doing blackmail against them. What do you mean you like them?
Oh, just
They
a few
are
of them?
provably terrible.
A few people in India?
No. You
Like
need to get out a little bit, my friend.
You need to get off the internet, pal. You think
No,
everybody
no.
is what the general stereotypes of a country?
Oh
from
yeah, okay, all right.
Reddit Reddit is where you go?
No,
Because I don't know. I've
No.
never been on Reddit. So
How
you
about we
fit in
do?
great over there.
How about
You
we
fit
do
in
one
great
or
over
we
there.
do one or two more? Eddie has questions, and then we call it.
no, I'm still trying to figure out like this whole like corn bob thing. Like where's all this hate for Indians come from? What did an Indian person do to you?
They came
Did
to
they
my
blackmail
country.
you?
They came to my country under
Oh, this is your country.
nefarious circumstances and started importing their family members, taking my tax dollar government money and buying up all the hotels and gas stations. Anywhere you go, any major hotel or gas station basically is owned and run by Indians right now. And our government paid them to come over here and do that. And they have done nothing but
So why do you
play
hate the
their
Indians, not your
weird
government?
music, stinky. Oh, you don't think I'm upset with the government at this?
Well, no, I mean it's all about Indians right now. You seem to really have a lot of hate for the Indian folks.
Do you know anything about their culture?
Yeah. What
Okay.
I don't know why I'm supposed to hate them because of that. They grew up different from me.
You don't have to hate them. I just don't want to be anywhere near them, not even in heaven, in my mind, right now.
Oh boy, you got some learning to do.
You're the one that's calling
you
God
should read the
bipolar.
Bible a whole bunch more. And
No, don't pull
maybe
that on
you'll
me,
be
dude.
able to understand
You're-
what the Bible
You're
actually
never going to
means.
use my own morality against me to tell me who I should and shouldn't hate. All right.
You just hate whoever you want, right? You hate.
The
I
thing
don't
is
hate.
that I only love certain ones.
You love
There's
everybody.
one thing I can tell
No,
everybody
no, I
here.
don't.
That's
You don't
everybody
hate
listening.
anybody. You can't hate anybody
I
because
could never
hating's a
hate
sin.
anybody.
So then of course you can't go to heaven. You got to go to
Well, then
hell because
then
you
don't
hate.
do what I do if you don't. How do you know if I'm going to get to heaven because of my opinion on Indians or not? Then we're back to who the fuck even knows how to get to
You're
heaven.
going to heaven either way, or what people call heaven. That's where everybody goes.
Well,
That's-
forever on hell. So you're welcome.
Yeah, everybody.
well,
Everybody's
okay, so
going there.
your
All those
question-
Indians are going to be there with you.
You asked the question based on a premise that basically makes all of our arguments and all of our statements irrelevant because no matter what any of us said, at the end of the day, Eddie the editor has declared everybody's going to end up in heaven.
So what the question was?
Yep.
I think what
Okay,
Eddie was
all right,
asking
so
was
I'm
like,
glad
if
we came full
believe all
circle.
this, if you do good, don't do bad unto others. Does everybody get?
We
to
went
heaven?
full flat earth. We went
That's
around
what
the
he's
entire
asking.
fucking
And-
ice
and
wall
he
on that
begins.
one, Eddie.
Let
Thank you.
Mr. Rogers talk.
Donut Earth.
All right.
Mr.
So
Rogers.
what Eddie is asking is like, we all believe that hey, we're good people. Just trying to be good. Don't do bad things. That means that's what we believe as Christians and Catholics. They can believe that as with Indians and stuff. They deserve the same belief that we do. So, I mean, if you guys ever seen the movie with Robin Williams, I forget what it's called. His wife, he died. His 2 kids died in a car accident. He died in a car accident. And his wife killed himself. And they all go to heaven except the wife. And each heaven was different for each individual. But they got to meet up to see their own individual heaven. It was like a collective
All right,
community
I'm just
where you
gonna.
met up with people. He had to go
I'm getting
save
at
the
this. Is
wife
just
in
yeah.
heaven.
We're not gonna quote Hollywood.
But what I'm getting
Bye,
at
Corn
is
Bob.
That's
everybody's
funny.
heaven is different.
Wow.
It's just the ideas of what you think and want it to be.
So it's basically
I
like
don't disagree with that.
it's basically like Supernatural's version where every person has their own personal heaven. But
I'm still in Scooby Doo mode on Supernatural. Still my favorite episode.
oh man.
Scooby Doo.
Comment says India isn't a tribe.
No, it's not a tribe. Who the hell said it was a tribe?
And Corn Bob says unsubscribed.
Oh man.
He's mad.
I pissed him off because I gave him an actual response.
Pretty much.
He's
Oh,
the one who told me for being
look.
gay in the military. for
Hey,
goodness sake.
be easy on Corn Bob. He's young. He's still learning. He's
The only thing he's got like
Someday-
5 accounts.
he's gonna figure out.
And look at North. He looks
The
like he's
Bibli.
freaking like he went to hell
North
and he's
is
like
out.
he's out of his gold. He's out of his
All right, Eddie. Next question.
I don't have any more.
North's like
Oh, North mad now? What do you want, North? What question do
this
you
is
want?
Eddie the
I
editor.
don't
He's-
know. I don't
Who are
know.
you?
I don't know. I was just expecting some random ass questions. I don't know what else. I don't know.
Hey, cat lady, I don't think it can be added on YouTube like it can on Instagram. I don't think there's a way you can do that. Can there? Is there?
We'd have to
You'd
send her
have
a
to
link.
you have to send it a link on
Send her
email.
a link to Video Ninja.
And we're live already, so
Well, I mean, we could, but
well,
we're getting. I don't know. Are we
I think
going to
we're.
continue going, or I gotta poop?
Was that?
Whoa!
Ah, I thought that's what he is.
I didn't know if any of y'all heard that.
Uh,
I'm just kidding. I don't. But
If there's a way to add her, you
Well,
could.
wait. If
It's
you wanna, if I think if you send her an email,
We've
I don't know.
This should be
I guess
interesting.
it doesn't.
we've never done it this way, so it should be interesting.
you have get her to send an email to your email.
Oh,
And then
I
I'll
gotta get
find
my
it.
cellular device. I'll be.
reply with the link. I do have to be though.
All right. Crazy person, you gotta send me your email. I'll be right back. I grab my phone.
All right. So
You guys are in charge for a beat.
Ask
Great.
a question, North. Why not?
Why not
actually
what?
called Mr. Rogers at work yesterday. Unbeknownst to them that they know that I'm Mr. Rogers on this.
wait, what? Hold on. Say that
So
again.
at my job where I work, I was called Mr. Rogers multiple times. And finally they officiated me as Mr. Rogers. Unbeknownst to them, I do a show with me being Mr. Rogers.
So it's
They
just a
had no idea.
coincidence.
I'm like, dude, I do a show. I'm calling it. It's like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah. And they showed him like, and like, you're Mr. Freaking Rogers. I'm like,
Well, let's.
yeah, you guys keep calling me that. It's like, why?
these
Like,
guys.
you know, like dressed
Fuck
so
you
super
guys
mean and
for talking
rich and
shit.
you look like kill
Fuck you
somebody.
guys for talking
But I was so
shit.
nice.
Calling me young, saying I don't know shit. You
Oh,
guys
he's
are out
back.
here acting like you know the Bible. You know what happens to those that mislead people? You know
I
what
gotta
happens when you
piss.
mislead
What
God's
happens?
Children?
Hey man, I gotta piss.
What happens to those people that mislead God's children, Corn Bob?
Maybe you should read the Bible.
What happens? I want you to tell me.
Did I miss something?
I want to hear it from you.
There's a Bible verse. You can look it up. I'm not going to look it up for you. I'm done with this little stupid shit, especially after you guys talk a bunch of shit about me.
Well, who are you, Corn
Fucking
Bob?
assholes.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? I asked you the question
I
first.
know, but-
I don't know who I am, so who are you?
I'm Man Bear Pig. All right. I'm half man, half bear, half pig. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like nobody you've ever met.
Okay.
All right.
You're half man, half bear, half pig.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. My
Cool.
genetics.
Half man,
Yeah.
half bear, half
That's like
pig.
150%, but okay.
So you're 150% animal.
I'm 100%.
That makes
Man Bear
sense.
Pig.
That's the way you're acting right now, like an animal.
You don't
Getting all
just
angry and
everything
emotional.
flies over your guys' head, and then you sit here and you're like, "Oh, you're so naive. You got so much learning to do, Corn Bob."
Yeah, you do, man. You're a
Yeah,
hateful
okay.
person, man. I hope you can let go of that hate. I really do. It's
I
kind of
think
sad to me to see somebody hate a group of people so much that you wouldn't want to see them in heaven, in a place like heaven. You're that fucking hateful, dude. That's that's got to be a miserable way to live. I'm sorry you live that way, and I hope you find some peace and happiness in your life. I really do.
I don't even know what to say right now. It's one of those things where son of a nutcracker. So
oh my lord.
the fact
Corn
is,
Bob, are you happy? I think I lost him.
so what happened in North? Did he? What happened?
I think he went through a bathroom break or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we're still live. This is a shit show at the end here. Son
I
of a
got
bitch.
nothing here, guys. Corn Bob's crying. I don't know. I knew shit.
Oh man, that is too funny.
It all just got crazy with Eddie's questions, which I enjoyed.
Well, that's what's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be. It's what it's supposed to be. It's
You know,
supposed
why
to be.
not
You
have
think
fun with it? I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna use a Van Wilder quote.
Hey, and for any of you that
Out aloud.
talk to Corn Bob or I am Bear Pig, the half man, half bear, half pig guy, there's a couple of books called Mind Hacking Happiness. They'd be great reads for Corn Bob if anybody wants to pass that on to him.
That's more of a Des thing. Corn Bob does not like me. He called me gay for being in the military. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even have to defend this. If that's how you think, I'm like, Jesus, have you been in the military? Have you been overseas fighting for your freedom? Okay, leave me alone.
So, cat lady, are you gonna send me your stuff?
She said something about.
North, you're
She said
back, brother.
she said something about she doesn't know what to send it to.
Well, send it my cell phone. Text me.
How do you guys have comments on this thing? I have no idea.
Then I would give it to Eddie, and then he could actually put it on there.
You Yeah, I have it on my TV.
Oh, Corn Bob's
I have a
still listening.
question
It's a
for
good
you.
book, Corn Bob. Read it.
Sounds like a Juba.
Eddie, I have a question for you.
What's
Fucking
that?
cold. What's up?
Eddie, I have a question for you.
Okay.
We're doing Eddie's questions, right? I want you, my question is, what's the hardest question you can ask me?
What? Wait, pause. Here's
the hardest question I can ask you
There you go.
Yeah. If
is,
you want an honest response from me, I'll give you an honest response.
well, I have to me, the hardest question that anybody could be asked, anybody, and know that any answer you can think of to this is wrong, is who are you?
Well,
Good
I
question.
oh, can I start with that one? I would love
You
to.
can start with it, but just know any answer you're able to think of
I know,
is wrong. answer you can come up with for who are you, no answer that your mind can come up with that you can think of is the correct answer.
So not even name. It's about
No, because your name, like if you say your name, right, it's
Yep.
the name your mom and dad gave you. If it's your job, that's the work you do. That's not
Eddie,
who you are, right? And the
who am
you,
I? That's the question. Like, who am I?
yeah, well,
That's a philosophical question based on values. I had to look some stuff up on beliefs too, as well. But also defines you who raised you, how you grew up. Who am I? I'm defined by the environment I was raised in, by the friends that collected me to raise me to the person I am. That's who I am and who I want to be. Is the person that wants to be there for the family and the friends who is always there for me. That's who I am.
mm-hmm.
I defined it.
Yeah, but so if we went and broke all those down, like family is an idea that family's important,
It is.
right?
I'm
It's
alone by
like
myself. My
they're all
family.
it's all
Yeah.
ideas and stuff like that. The whole it's a
Beliefs, values,
philosophical
that kind of thing,
question, and it's a philosophical question. If that
every day.
angry person is still listening, Corn Bob, there's a Bible verse about it, and it says, "Your body's not yours; it belongs to God." So you know you're not your body, according to the Bible.
Correct.
So you can't
So-
point at this and say it's me, right? So if that's not if your body's not yours, then who are you?
I'm the one with the soul that has beliefs and values raised upon the childhood I have and trying to be better.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
who I
Hello.
am.
How's it going, crazy lady? Crazy lady number 6 to be exact.
This is weird.
Welcome to
Where's your
YouTube.
play?
Yeah, everything's backwards, right?
But
Yeah.
that's a good question because there is no definitive answer. You only give the answer you know of the day of who you are.
But if
Today,
if you're saying there's no answer,
I believe in
it
this,
what?
answer
Well,
that.
hold on a minute. Well, hold on, dude. You asked him to ask you the hardest question he could think of. He asked you a question that doesn't have an answer. Okay, can I answer it real quick, and you can fuck up my answer too?
Sure.
Okay. So what I would say is I'm a person who strives to be an upstanding contributor to my community. That's who I am. Not saying I'm perfect, not saying I always do that. I'm saying that's what I strive to be. And that's who I am. Please deconstruct that.
Well, you said that's who I strive to be, and that's who I am. If you're striving to be, then you're not there. So that's not who you
No,
are.
I am the person that's striving to be that.
Well, that'll work then. If you have like you're somebody that's striving to be better.
Yes,
That's
that's what I'm
it's a
saying.
it's a very simple. Yeah,
Yes.
I like that.
that's a good one. I like it. I do.
I do too. Because we're all striving to be better.
Because
Yeah.
you're just an idea of trying to be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
My identity is that I'm striving to be better than what I am today.
Okay.
That's what my identity is.
Remember that time I said you're close, keep going?
Hmm.
This is one of those moments where I'm not sure that you realize how deep what you just said was. Like,
You've
Hold
had
how
those
deep
comments.
that was.
You've had that.
You know
stuff
what I
with
mean? Like
Eddie a couple times now.
Like
he's almost there, pretty
It's-
much.
It's probably not me talking, dude.
well,
The Holy Spirit.
We
Come
could-
on.
So I just say things.
no, but and that's where the real shit comes from.
Like I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to like brag or anything,
He's
say
like,
some
no
shit like
big
that.
deal.
No.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not, it's not like I sat and really thought about this like that. It came out. I don't know.
Eddie, what's your answer?
I
Yeah, what's
don't
your
have.
answer?
I'm trying to figure that out.
We all are. Des?
Eddie,
I already have
Eddie's
to ask Gabe
fucking
mine.
Eddie has questions is turning into a fucking hour-long segment now.
We're almost pretty damn close.
Sorry.
Hey, crazy.
You're fine, dude.
Crazy lady. What's your answer? Do you want to talk about it?
I want to say, oh, shoot, I got a word. Wait, what was the question again? Because I was trying to log in. Hold on.
The question was just, who are you?
Who am I? Is someone that is struggling, but also has the wisdom that is helping my man to be the man that
He's
he
not a Facebook
should
page.
be. And I going on in the south side of Chicago. So there you go.
Deal with the South. You're in Chicago?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
Ooh, yikes.
I'm part of the slumlord. There you go. That's going on the south side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, stay safe.
Oh, I got scared today coming home. So, and North does not know about that yet. That's another conversation tonight.
It does now.
Oh,
Now,
good
You
thing
see
you
that
got your own
face?
leprechaun.
You
Good thing
see
you
that face?
It's like son of a
North
nutcracker.
is like, oh, I got some heads to crack.
Well, I just want the people that are supposed to take care of the property management thing to take care of doorways, and I'm giving them till Friday until I start some shit.
You're damn
So.
right. That's crazy. Son of a nutcracker.
yeah, there you go.
To my front door, the front of the building, I should say.
Yeah.
So are we ready to?
Up to you, man.
All right. Hey, do you want to do the helicopter thing, and then we'll do our enchilada closings, Mr. North, president of Instagram?
Sure, if you want to. If you want to
But
end it.
this is YouTube, so
Well, I
how
know
does that work?
we still do it, but we do our plugins if people want to actually follow us over on Instagram and whatever platforms you actually have. It's kind of fun and fine. I just looked it up. Corn Bob did unsubscribe to this channel. All 5 of his accounts. We're down to 51 subscribers. So you know what? He was supposed to help me out with the whole thing. I'll be doing it now. It's one of those things where
well, he
Don't you love
attacks
children?
people, man. He doesn't like
Uh-huh.
when people have a different viewpoint.
it's like funny. It's like
You have to have a different viewpoint if you don't live in this world. You have to.
he couldn't handle it. He could not
To
handle
make
it.
Eddie to the best. You can't be hateful at everybody. You just can't.
Obviously,
But
you can.
y'all, you guys, it's also learning. Okay, yeah, different viewpoints, but like some of y'all are not learning. Also, it's the same
You're all
bullshit.
gonna learn today.
What do you got to learn?
Well, Doe's got to learn about news apparently.
Wow.
So what are like what were we not learning that like he got so pissed off because we aren't learning?
No, I'm saying I don't know how much you guys are learning from my point
I
of
don't
view.
know how much of it did you see?
I think I've seen most of it.
Oh,
But you know
I
how
didn't know how long you
you
was in.
also know how my brain works. It's
I'm-
not 100% yet.
He got pissed off, like really pissed off.
It was silly, actually.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if it was silly though.
well,
He's expressing his opinion. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
that's the thing we got to realize is everyone has different opinions, and we have to just Deal with it.
The fact
Well,
is,
yeah, and sometimes people counter opinions, and why do you get mad about that? Why should I get angry if you have a different opinion than me? Even if
Well,
I
we
think
don't-
your
we
opinion is
also don't.
absolutely
We teamed up on the guy, and I do feel bad about that.
you what?
Maybe some of us are dealing with a bunch of bullshit too that we just can't handle shit. So maybe he's going through something. I can't speak for him, but I know
Eddie?
how I am.
hey, crazy kid. Basically, Eddie was doing the same thing that he was doing to Norris a couple weeks ago. He's actually being the devil's advocate to actually ask him why he's actually anti-Indians. India.
I want to know why people are so hateful. Like,
He
I
was
want to
playing
know
devil's
because
advocate.
I'll tell you, I'll tell everybody right now. I used to be
Oh
an
yeah,
extremely hateful
did you?
person.
Yeah, you weren't you? Weren't you? Yeah, 'cause you were the one giving me shit because I was making the joke about the fucking hotel, right?
Yeah, I was trolling you.
Yeah, yeah. It was all because I was joking about the whole fucking thing anyway. But then I was just like, wait a fucking minute, what the fuck is this? Like, it just came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
And like I said, for you guys all know I've been to a lot of countries. I've seen basically most of the world. Do you think I grew up liking a lot of people? No, you're always scared of the unknown. But then when you get to know to the unknown, it's pretty freaking awesome. Meet all these crazy cultures and crazy people. It's awesome. Have lunch with monks. What do you think of a monk? You think they're silent and just still, whatever? No, those guys know how to party.
Really?
Tell you.
No, that'd be fun actually. Now make me
So
actually want to
they
party with a
can
monk.
go down the mountain and have a good time.
My answer is I'm a female, so hormones can go fuck a nut.
Well,
I
So-
relate
So
that
that's why I can't deal with
Hold on,
females.
wait. Hey, wait, hold on. As her husband, can I answer for her and just say she has 19 personalities, so it depends on which one you're talking to right now?
I believe you can, Mr. President Norris from Instagram. That's
Look at
outstanding.
me, I'm just a potato.
I'm trying to respect not to do something that we would do on Instagram. I'm holding back.
The fact that it's true, once you're on YouTube, it's like to keep it calm down a little bit. I'm sure there's maybe 0 people, -5 people watching us right now. So it's still funny as hell.
I'm one of the people watching us right now.
Outstanding. Is there anybody else watching us?
I think it's only 4, but I don't know how to check the chat thingy.
The fact that we're at 4 is impressive, actually. I
There's
appreciate
no-
every last one of them.
I would have the chat on my TV. I can't. There's no chat. No say. Right?
Anyways, guys, we're gonna close out.
Yeah, we're gonna do our closings. That's hilarious, though. So who wants to start it off?
North.
Okay. All right. President North Polar Bear on Instagram. Yeah. That's basically it.
All right.
Nobody, Mr. Rogers. There's no way you can find me unless you're friends with Dez or North. Have a good time.
Cat
Don't
lady?
find me.
Well,
You gotta go through North.
Well, all my accounts are Des Rants on Instagram, except for double D's. Look at these. And on Facebook. And of course, Des Rant. Rants with Des is back or whatever on here on the YouTube. Eddie, you want to add anything?
Yeah, you can check me out, Eddie the editor, at iambearpig.org.
Once again, we love you guys. We do appreciate you guys. Yeah, we went a night early. It is what it is. Till next time. Yes, we're doing a helicopter. Peace out. Like always, happy holidays.